Now here in Moodle, we're going to have a look at how we embed an image into an activity or resource, and then also how we can add things like outlines to it or curve the edges of that image quickly and easily within any web browser. So I'm going to come to add an activity or resource in my course here. And then we're going to come to label, which basically is a piece of content that's going to appear right on the main page of your course. So you won't have to click a link to kind of go to that page. So looking across the top bar here, we have all of our type tools, our list tools, our links, and then across here on the right we have the little mountains, which is insert or edit an image. So I'm going to click my cursor into my text frame here, and then we'll click this. We're going to browse our repositories, use the upload a file option, and we'll choose a file from our desktop here, click upload, and upload this file. And then in here we have some options for typing in a description. So this is someone welding, so we'll type that into the description in a second. I'm going to make my image 800 and then leave the auto size on. That will mean that these are staying in proportion. We'll leave the alignment at the bottom, and then we'll add a description for this image and then click Save Image. And then once we've done that, we can come back in and edit our image by highlighting it and then clicking the same button. So the Edit Image button is the same as the Add Image button. We can obviously change any of these properties. But what I want to look at now is how we can add some custom style sheets to this particular image that will allow us to add rounded edges and outline or other graphic features to this image. I'm just going to stretch this box out so we can see the changes that are happening as they're happening. So just at the bottom right, we can stretch it out there. So with this image highlighted now, we're going to right click here and come to Inspect Elements. And essentially what we can do, we can see kind of some complicated styles and layout here. What we're looking for is this style attribute up at the top here, which is where we can type in custom styles for the image that we have selected here or a text element that we have selected. So I'm going to click in here and we're going to type in, first of all, we're going to round off the edges of this image. So we're going to type in border radius, and we'll make this 25 pixels just to make it nice and clear. We'll hit enter again. We'll type in border width. We'll make this 5 pixels. And then we'll type in border color, and we'll make that black. And then we also need to type in our border style here, which we'll make solid. And you can see we've got some nice features here. So underneath the border color, if we click on this little square, we can bring up the color picker for that border. So we can select a border that's going to work with our design. And we can see the RGB color being selected there. We'll select a nice bright orange border, and actually we'll increase the width here to 8 pixels. So we've got a nice thick border. And then when we close this, we'll come across the X on the left hand side here. You can see we've got that border for our image, nice rounded edges. And if we go to save and return to course, then we have that image embedded right on our page within that label. So this is a nice way in which we can embed images and add styles to them within Moodle. And we can also use this kind of built-in style sheets function or CSS function, the inspect element, for adding these same kinds of inline styles to things like type or any other objects that you're placing within a text frame within Moodle. If you want to dive into the code side of this, just to kind of see how this is working, then we can use this little down arrow on the left here. And then we can come into the HTML code. We'll see that inline style listed here. So we've got our image. And then if we keep coming, we've got the class, which is this atto style. And then we've got the style that we've just written in there using the inspect element function within our web browser. And all web browsers will have this, so whether you're using Chrome or Safari like I am here, or another web browser, you'll be able to go and inspect that element within your web browser and then save that in Moodle to style your elements. To close the HTML here, we can click the little chevrons, and then you can see if we press save and return to course, you can see we've got that image there with our rounded edges, and we can obviously go in and modify that by coming up to edit as well. So hopefully this is a useful overview of how we can use inline styles to style things within our Moodle pages. If you have any questions, then please do leave them below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.